So without
your
further
90th.
ado, for your 80th birthday.
Oh, is that
That's you.
my cue?
That's your cue.
This is a toast, FYI. And who was the author?
I don't know, someone brilliant.
Anyone who knows our dad knows that he is a true team player. And on his 80th birthday, we would like to share with you some of the things that make our dad so amazing. For 8 decades, our dad has put his teams, family, community, church before himself. Whomever came up with the inspiration that there is no I in team must surely have met our dad. While leadership can be big and bold, our dad's leadership is more subtle, but even more effective. Quiet, consistent, humble, principled, and by example more than by his words. He loves his family deeply and unselfishly. When you look up kindness in Wikipedia, it has our dad's picture next to the definition.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Still,
I'm gonna check that.
Messing with the Wikipedia.
okay. Yeah, somebody has edited Wikipedia recently, right? We're so grateful to have benefited from decades of his presence in our lives. He's protected us, guided us, and loved all of his family and friends that are here tonight. His priorities, hey, we're not done. His priorities have never wavered, and for that, Dad, we're so lucky and will always be grateful. I mean, hold my drink.
Is that like hold that thought?
But we have noticed in recent years an expansion of his allegiance to many other teams. Many.
Many. So as a boy, our dad grew up in Springfield, Missouri, and he developed a love of the St. Louis Cardinals. He loved baseball and loved watching baseball with his father. And from a young age, we learned 2 things. Baseball was one of his favorite spectator sports, and 9 innings are really, really long. As most of you know, my dad has a degree in engineering from the University of Rolla, and he also has a master's degree from engineering. Did I get that wrong? It's a little trash talk going on over here. And a master's degree in engineering from K-State. And after his family, K-State was one of his first real teams. Dad earned his degree on an ROTC scholarship, and he served our country in the Vietnam War. And he doesn't talk about that much, but he has said enough that we know that he carried his unselfish attitude and his dedication to an important team around the world and back. Now, once he got home, after he spent some time in Iowa and Missouri, our dad developed a deep love for another team, the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Dad's loyalty to the Chiefs literally knows no boundaries, and we mean no boundaries. His love of the Chiefs has crossed from Missouri to Kansas, Kansas to Texas, Texas back to Kansas, Kansas to Florida, and then Florida to Nashville. This is one long-term love affair. And after the Chiefs, around the time that he developed a love of the Chiefs, it also came his love of the Kansas City Royals, another great baseball team whose games can fill easily another whole afternoon. As Dad's kids grew up and went away to school, his loyalties expanded with our travels. First, the TCU Horned Frogs.
Go Frogs!
Just don't croak.
And then, more importantly, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
More importantly.
On any given Saturday in the fall, our dad can be found glued to the television as he cheers on his adopted college favorites on the gridiron.
When Mom and Dad moved to Tennessee more than a decade ago, Team Creek continued its advance into Dad's allegiances. Before you could bat an eye, Dad was cheering for the Titans on Sundays and even the Nashville Metros on the soccer field. Although these teams were not always winning teams, Dad is no fair weather fan. He cheers all of his teams on through thick and thin, because that's what good teammates do. He keeps cheering even when you're down and when times are tough. That's our dad. In more recent years, Dad has picked up a few new teams. The Indianapolis Colts, for example.
Wow, that's kind of
You hadn't told your Tennessee
difficult.
friends.
Be
Sorry.
careful putting that
Sorry.
on, Dick. I wouldn't put that on.
Between the Titans and the Colts, Dad has picked teams that sometimes only a dad can love. But he's there through thick and thin. We are sure that you have picked up the theme here. We have no doubt that even at 80, Dad will continue his everlasting loyalty to the teams he has built and supported these many years. His siblings, children, and grandchildren, friends, faith, and family, and community. He will continue collaborating with the best teammate ever, our mom. He rarely watches the games alone or in silence. Mom is right there with him, cheering all of these teams on. Woo! Dad, happy 80th birthday. We are so grateful for your love, your courage, and unselfish dedication to this team that surrounds you now. You and Mom will always be our most valuable players, and we wish you many more years of happiness with the team that loves you so very much.
Thank you.
That was a well-buttered toast.
Very, very good. Wonderful. Thank you very much. How do I follow an act like that?
I'm just glad you're not from Ohio.
Yeah,
They probably want you to take that out.
it's probably good.
No, leave it on.
I think you should put all of the hats on at once.
Yeah, all of stack them up. Yeah, right.
With the stack like the children's book, the guy with all the hats on it.
Yeah. Cat with the hat.
Curious
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, I've been very, very, very fortunate to live this long. And to
Boy, you
have,
can say that again.
yeah, despite that, I wouldn't have made it without her. For sure. And despite her. But I couldn't have been more blessed in 80 years. And I'm so thankful to each and every one of you guys for helping me along the way and for being there when I needed help and being there when you needed help and I was able to help you. So for all of you that are here tonight and all of you that go off somewhere tomorrow and you know, do the things that you do best, I want you to know that I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us here this evening and being able to celebrate, enjoy, and most of all, just be able to step out of here with a good feeling in your heart. I appreciate that from everyone, and thank you very much for all of this.
Here, here.
Well,
Especially the hats.